to all of you. We appreciate every one of you for taking time of your busy schedule to join us today. We hope you learn a lot today. We have lined up for you to be fruitful and engaging. Welcoming is the noblest act of any function. May we request our HOD, Dr. Arulmozhi sir, to honor our guests and deliver welcome address.
Good morning, everyone. Behalf of College of Management, Ramadan Campus, I welcome everyone to today's program on Union Budget Panel Discussion. My pleasure to welcome our chief guest, Suresh, President and CEO, Capital, India Cements Capital Ltd. Sir will be the moderator for the session. Welcome. I'm delighted to welcome Mr.Sanil, Associate Director, Geojit Financial Services Limited. Mr.Sanil will be a panelist. I'm also delighted to welcome Mr.A. Narayan, Owner and Financial Consultant, A.K. Narayan Associates, Sir will be a panelist. I'm pleased to welcome our beloved team management, Sundar for the program. I also welcome our staffs and students of MBA for the program. According to Article 112 of the Indian Constitution, the Union Budget of the year is referred to as Annual Financial Statement, AFS. So basically, it's a statement estimated for receipts and expenditure for the government financial year. Usually it begins by 1st of April current year and ends by 1st of March the next following year. Overall, this budget will contain about the estimates of revenues as well as capital receipts, and it also provides a ways and means to raise the revenue during the year, and it also provides an estimate of the expenditure that is expected to occur. Details of the actual receipts and expenditure of closing financial year, the reasons for any deficit or surplus in that particular year are also being put forward. The economic and financial policy of the coming year is the taxation proposals, prospects of the revenue, then spending programs, and introduction of any new schemes or projects are also being proposed in this proposed budget. So this year budget 2023 presented by our finance minister attracted thoughts as well as criticism from various quarters of the society as well as experts. So from the words of the materials present over here, our students will get a better understanding of the budget that has been presented. And I hope today's program we can engage in one. Thanks to the PR for arranging the event. Once again, I welcome everyone for the Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, sir, for welcoming the gathering. Now I request Dr. C. Sundar, Dean, College of Management, to facilitate the gathering.
Distinguished dignitaries sitting on the dais, beloved head of the department, this program coordinator of Priya, the staff, my dear students. Very happy morning to all our present. It gives me indeed pleasure and joy to be part of this Union Budget 23-24 panel discussion. I'm joining hands with the HOD. I'm also honored in welcoming today's dignitaries. The moderator, Mr. K. Suresh, President and CEO, India Cements Capital Ltd, and the panelists. One of the panel members is Kumar, Associate Director, Geojit Financial Services. Another panelist, Mr. A.K. Narayan, sir, Founder and Financial Consultant, A.K. Narayan Associates. So after the budget was presented in the parliament, we have deliberate discussion inside the classroom. So about the highlights of budget 23. Now, as you all aware and know that the reason was in every corner they are deliberate discussion and debate about the union budget for 2023. As a student of management, it's our responsibility, it's our duty to know what the real implications of budget 2023, the perspective of as a management student. So if you ask anyone else, what do you know about budget? So different people have different opinion and perspective. Normal man, they will be keen on, so what is the impact of income tax? So whether they have some kind of relaxation over income tax or so how directly impact over income tax. That is a normal. So if you take the business part, they'll talk about what is the growth perspective. So where the tax is reduced and where the tax is increased. So how directly impact about the business, how about the GST. So all this they will think about. So as a student of management, especially for the second year student, we are going to here and your the placement process is going on. So definitely the company, the HR, the technical manager will expect the house sound know about the budget 2023. It's not a normal presentation and allocation of funds to the different portfolio, different sector. So this is how the overall India is going and moving forward. And what is the vision statement given by the country PM as well as the FM? Which sector has highest allocation and which sector has got priority? So what is the overall objective? So how we are moving. So dear friends, you know that India is one of the most populous country. We are going to take over China. So probably nearly 1 or 2 odd years. And so we have the youth population. So more than 50% are youth. So youth population is the one of the most important. So once if you make that youth population as a prospective, as a competitive, India is going to become a superpower at the earliest. So only one resource, only one asset that India has as having the youth population because the entire world, the entire globe is aging. So all the country now they are now they are critically analyzing about the population policy. Even China, they come out from one child policy. Now they're encouraging the people to go for two child policy. This kind of global geopolitical thing is happening in the entire globe. And now we have, so how we can channelize our youth in a perspective. So now this after the budget, so how we can unleash the potential, how we can develop the youth by imparting the skill set, the relevant skill set to the students or the youth. So we have to convert as a prospective. If we are trying to convert our youth as a prospective, so this demographic disaster will happen. So once if you are facing the unemployment problem, it will lead to a lot of other problems that we have future. So that all the policies and all the budget and all whatever the statements given by the central government, they are directly focused on. So only one terminology in what way. So now lot of skill cost is coming in. So lot of funds they are allotted. So how to empower the youth and how to the right skill set so that either they have to take up good employment or they have to take up on their own. So now that startup India now encouraging the people to start their own industry. From SRM ISP Ramapur Campus College of Management, we are also giving much more importance on our student community. So we are giving the right training and the right academic input. So that you know, get very good placement to company or you have to start. So now today we are fortunate enough we are having a very expert in the respective field in the financial sector. So all moderator as well as the panelists are very rich experience in their respective. So today on behalf of management, we extend our sincere thanks and gratitude for accepting our invitation. So they are sparing their valuable time with us and we are also eagerly waiting to listen to the valuable insights they are going to discuss and they are going to give as a valuable input to us related to the budget. And so all the experts are not unknown, so they are very much known to College of our campus. They visited campus on different occasion as a chief guest of the different programs. So now we invited them. So today the program will go like this. Moderator, Mr. Suresh, he will initiate, he will talk about, give some ideas about and invite the panel. So they will talk about the budget in the perspective, the financial perspective, the perspective. After that, again, moderator will sum up the entire show. Finally, I humbly request all the student community, student friends. So this is the right time, this is the right opportunity with us. So you can interact and you can ask multiple questions. So whatever the clarification you have related, not only for the budget, even related to the financial sector. So you can utilize this platform as one of the golden opportunity. Even we are also waiting to know. So because we are in the academic, we know certain limit, and they are from the industry, they know the real implication and how the budget, how the vision of the government is moving towards. So as all you know that now we are moving towards the electric vehicle, renewable energy, all sustainable goals. So whatever the government forming the objective policy, it's one of another sustainable goals. Also, it's a proud moment for all of us. So India has taken over the leadership of G20 presidency. So that is an added milestone, added credit to the entire India. Every one of us is a citizen of India. Is proud enough. Now we are moving towards in a very positive way. So with this small note, I thank Dr. India for organizing the entire event and also I thank each and every one of you. So both the students of the first and second year. So with your support and cooperation, so will make the department that's one of the best peaceful, not only in Tamil Nadu, but also state. So thanks for the opportunity. So now, thank you everyone.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to introduce our guest, Mr.A. Suresh, President of Cements Capital Ltd. He is an associate member of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. He is an associate member of Institute of Company Secretaries of India. He is also a fellow member of Insurance Institute of India. He has more than 30 years of experience in finance, securities, market, accounts, internal audit, and marketing. He mostly served in financial service sector and for a short period served in media sector. His contributions are President Hindustan Chamber of Commerce, Treasurer Tamil Nadu Travel Mart Society, ex-honor Secretary of Madras Management Association, member of Management Committee of Madras Management Association, past President and Director, Association of National Exchanges, Member of India. Regular appearance on TV channels for securities market, affiliated programs, and debates on economy. Ex-member of Management Council of Madras Chamber of Commerce, and ex-member of SEBI's Secondary Market Advisory Committee. Now I'd like to introduce Mr. Kumar, Associate Director, Geojit Financial Services. He did his bachelor's in economics in St. Albert's College in Kochi, and he did his MBA in Finance MS University. He also did a certification in entrepreneur risk management. He started his career as an executive and scaled up to an associate director of the company. He played a major role in scaling the overall sales performance of the company. He single-handedly opened over 120 plus branches across the country and spearheaded 500 plus branches. Mr. A.K. Narayan, founder and financial consultant. He did his bachelor's in economics at the University of Madras. He has over 2 decades of industrial experience in corporate finance and top management. Last position held CEO of large leather group in Chennai. Position held. He was past president Tamil Nadu Investor Association for 15 years, past president of Tamil Nadu Investors of IFP Galaxy Group of Financial Advisors 3 years. He was the publisher and editor of Tamil Nadu Investor Associations. Over 3 decades of experience in capital markets. He is the author of How to Invest Right and Prosper. Present positions. Investment coach and trainer. Financial planner for individuals, trust, HNIs, corporates. Trainer for investors education. Invest, uh, Invited speaker for financial literacy programs and capital markets. Seminars, schools, colleges, C Institute, and other forums. Financial consultant to few companies.
Big round of applause for him.
Thank you, Vanita. On behalf of College of Management, we welcome you, sir. Now I request Dr. C. Sundar, College of Management to honor us guest. Mr. K. Suresh, President and CEO, India Cements Capital Ltd. I request our Dean to honor Mr. Sanil Kumar, Associate Director, Geojit Financial Services. I request our Dean to honor Mr. A.K. Narayan, Founder and Financial Consultant. Thank you, sir. Thank you all. Now we are on panel discussion time. It is my great privilege to welcome Mr. K. Suresh, President and CEO, India Cements Capital Ltd.
Good morning to all of you. Please say good morning. Really, very great pleasure in meeting particularly students. Yes. Always love to exchange my thoughts and ideas with students who are going to become the solid force for the future of this country. Today, of course, I will thank the SRM College of Management for giving us this opportunity of discussing the salient features of project. How many of you listen to the live budget speech? Please raise your hand. Any of you want to listen to live budget speech? How many of you read business newspaper next day after the budget was presented? Nobody. Nobody. Really, yeah, very good. I'm really saluting you. Because as a PA student, it is very, very important. Wherever I go, wherever I speak, I used to tell them that please spare daily 15 minutes reading business newspaper. Then end of the day, after going back home, spend at least half an hour listening to business news channels. That will improve your knowledge, it will empower you. Tomorrow you will become a solid force in meeting all demands of the industry. Please understand that. You are going to start even your own industry, or you are going to become a part of the industry. When you want to be like that, definitely you have to learn. Learning never ends. Please understand. Even at this age, I am learning. Why we are accepting this kind of speeches to come here? Because in that process, I am also learning. Don't think that just for the sake of getting the shield, we are coming here. We are also learning. We're preparing that, definitely I am also learning a lot. So budget definitely is a very, very important for students like you, because we're all management students. So don't hesitate in future. Any such good events, please follow that. Listen to it. Next day, get into that issues. What are they discussed? If you have doubt, faculties on the lovely faculties on the, they will clarify your doubts. With this, today I really love to have my panelist, Mr.Sanil Kumar, Associate Director, Geojit Services. Mr. Narayan, also is my close friend, also founder and financial consultant, Narayan Associates. The beauty of today's panel is that all of us are in capital markets. That is really what's called a matching thing happened today. Of course, will you ask me whether budget has given any thrust to the capital market? It goes, the panelists will tell you. Please understand that budget is nothing but a process. Already Mr. Arun explained very clearly that estimate of receipts, estimate of expenses. How many of you involved in your home budget? Raise your hands. In your home budget. Yeah. So what we are doing in home budget, we are estimating income, then we are estimating profit, expenses, then we are having surplus. Normally you won't have what? Deficit. In a home budget, are we having deficit? You won't have. Normally you won't have. Whereas in country budget, particularly just like big country budget, always there will be a deficit. But what is main thing is here, the discipline of curtailing or maintaining that discipline, deficit, which is important. For example, if I don't curtail that deficit, then the things will go fast. For example, even in our daily life, suppose I'm having only salary of something. I want to buy fridge, I want to buy car. How we are doing all of us by EMI. Mostly through EMI we are doing. Even I'm having credit card. So all supplementary system we are having. But what we have to take care is that even in a personal finance, our EMI should not exceed 60% of your earnings. Please understand that. Why they have made it like that? So that there should be a buffer of some money in your hands. Otherwise, tomorrow you will be trapped, debt trapped. Once you are debt trapped, then it is very difficult to come out. That's why that discipline is mentioned. Similarly, for a country, the fiscal deficit is very, very important. In this budget, most important thing you have to keep in mind is that the government is going to have elections in 2024. So the government would have used this budget as a populist budget so that to allow a lot of freebies, lot of things to the public to make everybody happy, to garner the votes. But they have not done that. Please understand. First thing what they have done is they have had a central walk, middle walk, not going this side or that side, and ensuring that physical deficit is contained or controlled by a lot of measures. That means they want to ensure credibility of this country in the eyes of what? World. Please understand. Because you need money from outside for your progress, for your development. If your budget is not having, rather not giving a positive signal to the outside, then investors to your country, towards your country, will not be. That's why keeping in mind that only the budget, they have had a tight rope of, frankly, the budget FOM has prepared, keeping in mind these factors. That's why whenever the budget comes, we're all having always big expectations. Am I correct? Before budget comes, what happens in the process? Government, for 2 months itself, it calls all stakeholders. Am I correct? All stakeholders, associations, investors, association, even other bankers, mutual funds, others, etc., to have a dialogue, industries, big industries also, to have a dialogue with them, what they want, what is there, what is to be fulfilled, is there any lacuna, is there any gap? So they are having a dialogue with these people and then only the budget is prepared. But don't ask them whether all wishes being fulfilled. Because I was party to the discussion 3 years to the government. Whenever the budget is prepared, I went there personally. We given a lot of wishes, but nothing happened. Because government only one thing. Whether I am generating further revenue or I am protecting the current revenue, they will go by that yardstick only. They are not ready to lose revenue. If at all they lose something this side, somewhere they will try to plug in that revenue because country needs revenue also. And above all, what you have to think is this budget, not done in a small way actually. For the budget itself, government has done a lot of things which I would like to highlight because the environment in which budget has prepared is very, very important. 9 crore drinking water connections to rural houses have been done. Cash transfer of 2.2 lakhs crores to 11.4 crore farmers under PM Kisan scheme has been done. Insurance cover for 44.6 crore persons under the premises scheme has been covered. 11.7 crore household toilets were constructed and research for 9.6 crore LPG connections being given under this law. 220 crore COVID vaccinations of 102 crore population has been carried out without facing the fine. Please remember that. 47.8 crores PM Jan Dhan in operation. So this is the environment in which the budget is being prepared. So already something is going up, and government wants to look further on that also. And if you see during COVID time, our GDP has become what? As a management student, how many of you know that? During GDP, I mean our COVID time GDP has nosedived. It has become negative. Now it has become positive and it is hovering around 1 point something. So the assumptions, what are the assumptions they are having when preparing budget is that we will have a progressive growth. We won't go back to a situation like COVID and the dollar, some of the other currencies are more or less stable. Of course, unforeseen things may happen, like the Ukraine war, which nobody expected, still it is going on. Next, what we have to keep in mind when preparing this budget is that how our country population is, what they are doing. What are they doing? They are not studying MBA. They are doing what? Farming. So 50% of our population is under farming. The problem is that if their earnings is nothing but 1/6 of the country's the general income of country of that 1/6 only they are earning. So that is the situation. Similarly, our contribution of farming sector in GDP is very, very low. Not only that, even service sector, predominantly service sector gives the surge to the GDP. But that also, if you compare with US and other countries, is very, very far below. We are having around 49 to 50% from services sector towards GDP. Whereas if you take US, etc., it is 70%. So the whole idea is how to improve these kind of anomalies or remove the anomalies and see that farming sector is focused, service sector is focused. Above all, the main objective of every budget is what? Creation of job. That is first thing. Next, layout rather giving money for more and more infrastructure. Then only job can be created. That is the second thing. Third thing is that discipline, financial discipline. So they have to, or rather they are having fencing like this by preparing the budget. In my view, even this budget tried its best to justify these parameters and give their overall output possible they have given that. So when a country prepares the budget, please keep that a lot of factors will be taken into account, then only the budget is prepared. So with this below, now I am leaving the floor to my panelists. First I invite Mr. Narayan, founder and financial consultant, taken all states to share his thoughts on the budget Italy 24.
Good morning. Respected HOD and Dr. Of course, my good friend, suresh and my student. It is a lot of pleasure to see all of you here this morning to hear about the budget. Little bit of analysis. We know only in India, so much of anxiety budget. Every country makes a budget. No country has got so much of following finance minister budget like India. You only think that a lot of things are happening in the budget. You always wait for finance minister to make some remarks in independence. Budget but really evokes a lot of time. Thanks to GST Council, the direct tax goes to home, which is not able to make many changes, few changes because that is where the thing. We can expect ask anything you want. They're going to give you what you need. They're not going to give you everything possible because they cannot accommodate all the requests. A lot of requests keep coming. But one thing you can understand, using the data analytics, artificial intelligence, government gets a lot of data. They know exactly where the revenue is concerned. And they always deliberate how to plug the loop. Especially after the demonetization. The direct tax collection has become so huge. The finance minister is able to sit today because of the collection from direct tax as well as from GST direct. They are very, very great. Everybody is now accounting and paying taxes. Earlier, about 10 years ago, we used to make deposits of 40,000, 50,000 in different banks, different branches. They did not bother about taxes. Nothing is possible. Wherever you deposit the money, click up a button from the bank card. Data is there in front of you. You can exchange it. Likewise, that transaction in the stock market. Everything is tracked by now. For you to use it. If you don't file the return clock, you will be charged. That is very, very true. So the collection of direct taxes and indirect taxes, or to the extent government is getting very strict. Of course, they will make some concessions here and there. They are driving you towards new tax law. They will do it because people have got a lot of surplus money now. Like people not only spend money, borrow money, they also sign up for EMI, all kinds of things people are doing. They have surplus money, so they need to invest money here. That's how the investment habits also. Those things are also. But the thrust of the budget, in my opinion, is towards capital expenditure. And what they have done is they are having either government has to spend money or private sector has to both can spend money for creating infrastructure. Metro lines. Not only in Chennai, across India, same situation. We believe that Uttar Pradesh state is having 5 cities coming under the metro. Tamil Nadu, we are having only 1. Uttar Pradesh, the thrust by the chief minister there is amazing for putting the flyovers, the roads, and why they are doing it? Because we have not done this for last 40 years. We have not done much, but the population of the vehicles has gone up 10 times, 20 times, 30 times. It's going to become very, very tough for people. The finance minister is making good provision for making more airports. Why? Because people they want to travel by air. They want to travel to Bombay or Calcutta, people go to railway station and they are seeing it's the cheapest airline available. They take the earliest possible flight. You go to Chennai airport, it is saturated completely. Every 2 minutes, there's a flight take off. 2 minutes, one flight is landing. These are amazing. Same situation was there in USA, 1980. Lot of chaos were there. It's not that other countries don't have this problem. Everybody had this problem, but underwent and made some changes very radically. Thanks to this government, they are participating in all the areas and they are doing the right thing. Roads, infrastructure, the port and airports, all these will in the next 10 years become a great boom. All of you are youngsters, sure. A great boost to participate in this country's economy. 5 billion economy. It's not easy for every economy. We have overtaken UK recently, and we are in the top 5 rankings. 10 years, 15 years time, we should be the top 3 economy in the world. We're going to be in that kind of situation where the job opportunities will be abandoned, where you have opportunity to make investments, you have tremendous opportunity. You must look at only that. We should not waste our time accepting good words, objective of what we are learning and how we will. Suresh was saying that you must read newspaper. I always lost with college. You must read business like we branded. You're not going to lose any one of that. Yes, you're busy otherwise, but by spending half or 100 minutes, we will give you a lot of tools. So when you come for interview, two questions will be there from the headline. If you're not able to answer that, irrespective of the degree, you have some kind of step. So don't miss it off by reading it and 24 hours. We are a democratic country. We will have everybody have an opinion. Like I always tell the stock market, I will tell you better. But only 4 to 5% of the people are interested in the stock market. But if you go out, ask them opinion, the balance 95% will be opinion. So they have no stake in marketing. And they say the market is fall, the market will not go up. They have no stake at all. Just doesn't say we can tell you we could be market. Tell this, they'll say, market come down, decision. We have crossed everything. Still we are going so well. The index has gone 100 to 60,000 from 1979, giving a return of 16%. It's a highly tested product. We did not go for other proof that it's going to be great. So the consumption-oriented budgeting is this. So you have to look at that, and government wants to put money in your pocket. No wonder she has increased the direct taxes also exemption to 7 tax. What she says is giving away the growth, then people will spend that money automatically. The consumption. You need your capital. That result is growth will be pumped into the system. So automatically you see that money is being spent for the individual. So all these things are very, very important. And they are not going to give away things just like that. You said it's paid for. That's what he was saying. That the election budgeting never worked. What happened to inflation in USA and UK? You know the inflation is more because they give a lot of freebies. During the COVID time, the President Trump said everybody give $1,400 because you are not going for work. Everybody was sitting at home and writing $1,400 a check. And UK also followed the same thing. They also got a thing telling the Prime Minister that he should give some money. They never gave money, they gave only wheat and rice. Then what is the effect now of the inflation for USA? It is 9%. They are not able to break down. Where you give free of cost, money like this, it's impossible to control the inflation. India is well placed, better placed than many countries. Not remember, our containment of inflation is one of the best in the world. And why people are looking at India now. Without India, the foreigners have no room to play, nowhere to go. Please look at all these things only by watching the business. So come today to participate in these kind of budget proposals and discussion. You need to spend time. You want to create wealth. In case you want to become bigger and bigger, you got to devote some time, extracurricular activity, college curriculum. Do that, sure, your future is going to be extraordinarily bright. So government of India is putting for many things. They want to control the imports. They want to stabilize the rupee. That's why they are saying defense production in India is going to be manufactured. Why should we import a lot of things? That's doing a lot of things. Please read every item. They have got some kind of agenda. And if these agenda is done properly, sure, we have no room to comply with, satisfy all of them. But I'm sure that all agriculture, they are speeding up, they are implementing a lot of things on the agriculture by implementation of farming and in a better way, in an efficient way, and cost effective. how using agricultural tractors and whatnot. Earlier, you were depending on individuals, lot of farms, those kind of things also. A lot of infrastructure trust is the main thing today in the budget. Glad the country is going right. So I think these are all my initial thoughts. I'm very happy to answer any of the questions raised or any of you raised. Thank you very much for the wonderful.
Good morning. Why energy? Good morning. Here we have could you Ajit movie? I just want to get some noise. I think everybody was the noise. Everybody was silent. And people were looking at your mobile. Am I right? Yeah, I asked the question. Yes, Mr. Narayan was filling a post. உங்களுக்கு எத்தனை பேர் பார்த்துட்டு 10 பேர் 15 பேர் கரெக்டா அந்த 10 15 பேர் that can talk about சொல்லு but rest everyone people cannot talk. You always that is what is happening in stock. There is no investment option. I think you are asking. There is no investment options available for them to make money like the same way lose money like. If you want to make money, you must know the basic components. அது தெரியாதது but அதுல investment பண்ணிட்டு they will talk about risk involved. My question to you, sir, they are very interested with this. When you ask them whether have you seen the budgets, have you got the budget highlights, they said no. And that is the most important quality the youngest should have. That you are honest. There is no honest. But let me ask you one question: do you believe yourself?
Yes.
Also, very few people believe yourself. How many of you believe yourself? Sir, I would like to have an interaction. There is no presentation. How many of you believe yourself? Everybody? How many of you believe in India? How many of you believe in India? I think India is going to be a 10 trillion economy. India is going to be a 10 trillion economy by 2030. Maybe much before that. That's what I believe. When Modi came into power, I don't know how many of you, most of you, I believe it that way you don't read and you don't see the business channels. Am I right? It has to be like that. And I request all of you. I know many of you watched. But when Modi came into power, Modi said, you will see that Americans will be in the this is what I'm not a BJP person. Don't think that okay. But I'm a fan of Modi. Because as India is growing to the top of the world, I believe this budget. See, let me ask you, what are the 7 priorities in this budget? That is a proposal. Now in that Indian tax is over. Now at least property tax, because we must know this. India is going to be the youngest country. All other countries is going to be an oldest people country. India is going to be your country. Must know. You can only build a people. Myself, Narayan, they're old. But it is going to be your country. You must know, you must read newspapers, you must watch what is happening in our country. And this government is working for them. But can anybody say one priority of this budget? Support farming. Support farming, no. Yes, give me a big one. There are 7 priorities. Let me tell you, before going to the budget, you must have an idea about. And what is the first? Inclusive development. Are you with me? What is first? Tell me. Inclusive development. What is next? Tell me. Reaching. Very good. Recognize. Reaching the last mile. What is third one? I already said infrastructure and industrial development. What is fourth? No. Unleashing potential. What is it? Green growth. What is sixth? Youth power. Can get Google money. Youth power. And what is the last one? So this budget actually, look at that out of 7 priorities, the 6th one, the most important one is youth power. And you can see lot of you have at least from today, just go and see the budget, pre-budget predictions and post-budget analysis, everything you have to see that, especially an MBA student. See, look at, there are 170 nursing, central nursing colleges are going to come to the country. There is a skill development center, 40 international level skill development centers. You understand what I'm saying? This budget has a lot of things for youth, especially that India believe, government believe, without youngsters, without youths, we cannot. You understand what I'm saying? Are you with me? This is your budget. That's all from us. Thank you.
Before hello. I think my panelists both gave you the glimpses of budget. Of course, they will said very clearly what are the things. Mr. Narayan talked about the focus on capital expenditure. And he mentioned one important factor that India is emerging. Already we have overtaken UK. I think he mentioned that. Please remember, India is going to become #1 when 2047. We may not be there. I don't know. But you people can enjoy that provided the GDP growth is around normal GDP growth is 12%. That is actually predicted. By next 2 years, we will be reaching third place. Third place. So ahead of us is only 2 countries. What are the countries? US and China. So as Mr.Sanil said, because of our youth power, definitely we will be overtaking these 2 countries. And as I said earlier, if the thrust is on services sector, farming sector, definitely we will reach that goal. I think Mr. Narayan talked about constructions of the airport. Please understand, somebody said about the infrastructure. Infrastructure is nothing but construction of roads, airports, railways. And most interestingly, in this budget, heavy allocation is made for railways. Please remember that 2.17 crores. I mean, they have allocated crores allocated for railways. Earlier, we used to have separate budget for railway. Am I correct? We used to see whether any train is named between our cities. Now we made it globally and fantastic things are going on. In that, Tamil Nadu also got around 6,000 crores or something. A phenomenal amount is allocated. So please understand, budget is doing its best. Next, Mr. Narayan said that government wants to put some money in your package. Why? See, when government is focused only on production, there must be a what? Consumption. In the absence of consumption, your GDP will not grow at all. Please remember that. That's why government has to do the balancing. I have to give something to people to buy. That's why they what done. They increased the income tax slab rate under the new regime. Please keep that in mind. Another important thing in this budget is that the new regime has been made the default regime. That don't forget. If processors are going to file their return, be alert. The new regime will be the default regime. So that you have to opt for all you are having directions, etc. Then you have to opt for old regime. If you are not having any directions, then new regime is good. Another good thing happened in the budget is that they have made 50,000 standard action also available under the new regime, which is good for salaried people. Next, Mr. Narayan talked about that direct taxes exemptions. Of course, this is what mainly they have covered. They have not gone without this. They have not increased the 80 limit. They have not increased any housing loan exemptions, nothing like this. Simply they increase the tax slab rate for the new regime because in Western countries, the tax structure is simply on the basis of no deductions at all, no deductions at all. You have to earn, you have to pay the tax. That's it. So we are going to that model. Please remember that in days to come, definitely the old scheme will be scrapped. Next, Mr. Kumar talked about that he expressed his displeasure that no investment options available. And he also advised all of you how to invest in the stock market. He rightly touched what are the basis on which this budget is prepared. He asked seven platforms. What they named, sir, in this budget, that 7 platforms, Saptarishi. Please understand. What is that? Saptarishi. Have you observed earlier when Manmohan Singh, Chidambaram, they all presented the budget? Is there any names like this? They will read XXXYYY, they will read. Maximum on Tirupur may come at the end of the budget. They will come to this. But whereas here, this government, right from beginning, I'm telling you, this government is naming rather they're giving theme of the budget every time. What was the theme of this government so far? Anybody? What is the theme so far? What is that? You would have seen Modi speech. Whenever Modi speaks, what is it? Sabke Vikas or something like that. Never get it because there is development. But in this budget, what they named, you know, Amrit Kaal. What is that? Amrit Kaal. That means lovely days. That is what they named it. Why? Finance Minister said this budget is not only for this year, it is for the next 20 years. That is the assertion. That is the assertion given by the Finance Minister in the budget. That means what? They are having a long-term view that how to carry on the reforms, how to ensure the continuity of infrastructure, etc. And one Mr. Narayan rightly said that spending has to be done by either government or private. Am I correct? But the pathetic thing is that going on, government is spending, but private spending is not that much. Please understand that. That's why we are having that gap. if private also invests heavily in capital expenditure, then automatically the growth will be phenomenal. That's why government is trying its best to rope in private also for the business development. So airport development is important. How many of you know that Gadi Shakti one scheme they launched? Am I correct? How many of you know that? That end-to-end the logistics connections. Government wants to ensure that. So in this budget also they have made provision for that. So like this, the budget we can talk a lot about it. So only one thing I want to tell you is that the layout for the outlay for the capital expenditure has been increased by 33%. Please understand. Government has increased for capital expenditure how much? 33% to 10 lakhs crores per annum. Another important exemption in the budget is people who are retiring leave encashment from 3 lakhs to 30 lakhs. Similarly, for senior citizens, the deposit normally you can make is only 15 lakhs. Now they increase to 30 lakhs. Please understand. Why they have done all these things? Because to have some money for consumption. Please understand that. So government has made balancing this side as well as that side. So with this, I am leaving the floor to you people to have any questions. Don't worry whether it's a silly question also. Be bold and ask so that will also cultivate a leadership for you. Please go ahead.
Open for question and answer session.
Questions? Please.
So as MBA students, like they are for studying, still don't know to take as a side. Like what's the comp? 50,000, what they're taking. You have to learn it under such that they're not teaching. It can't interpret. So people can't interpret. They're not just fighting to 10,000 rupees per month as saving, right? They for gold or some basic saving. Only they can do. So the thing is education. And other than that, the business sector, $1 trillion economic and most of the money goes for it. 45%. Like I think 9 trillion goes for rich people. The income goes there. Other than that, how much population? They are just enjoying the 5 to 10%. So very wrong. So petrol prices for common citizens, like I'm so it's still very difficult for me to pay 100 rupees for it. Whatever we can make. Get me that mic. Okay, very interesting questions. Stock market, you can even start investing with the 500 rupees. Okay.
There are different kind of investment. Of course, Geojit is having to have a center of excellence in SRM. We just had a discussion on the draft. I will be appointing one person here exclusively to make you understand the importance of investment. See, in India, there is only 5-6% of the people invested in stock market. That if I take out of 140 crores of population, I say 5% is something like there are people having multiple accounts. This is based on the demat account in India, including National Security Depository Limited and CDSL. See, as he rightly said, 2047, India will be the #1 country. I think maybe much before that, but 2030, India will be a trillion economy, and that is even I think that it can happen much before that, because India's growth is unstoppable. Whether there is a government, whether there is a Mayavadi rule, Mamata rule, Manmohan Singh rule, Modi ji rule, Marxist Party rule, Mulayan Singh rule, even the president rule, India's growth is unstoppable because India is going to be an interest country. This is one point. I'm coming to the stock market. Before that, I must give you an introduction. Why India's growth is unstoppable? Because if you look at it, one reason India is going to be an interest country. India is the best country, if you can say, the best communication system, the best democratic country, best accounting system, and one of the best professional. And more than that, as I said, the investors are going to rule this. Now coming to the point, why do you want to invest? And that is one question. Second thing, money is for what? Money is for what? You tell me that you want to buy a car, you want to spend money, you want to travel, you want to get biryani, you want to see movie, right? Am I right? Are you with me? Am I right? But money is not for that. Money is for saving. First understand the theory. Money is for saving. Once you save, then only you can have a bigger car, bigger house, you can have plan for travel. So money is for saving. Even though you are student, my younger son is a student at PG college. Whatever money I gave him for the pocket money and other expenses, he invests every month 1,000 rupees in systematic investment. Because he understands that stock market is the best place to invest. With 1,000 rupees, you cannot buy any other investment. You cannot do any other investment. You cannot buy what are the investment options? You cannot buy property, you cannot buy gold, you cannot buy any other product, but you can invest in stock market. As a beginner, I advise you to start with the systematic investment plan. I said a statement. There is no other investment options available in the world to make money like anything and lose money like anything. If you know the basic rules of investment, you can make. Why SIP? SIP is a long-term investment. I can just tell you a simple mathematics and everybody talk about if you invest 5,000 rupees every month for the next 15 years, your total investment will be 9 lakh rupees. But I can tell you your 9 lakhs minimum, if I take a normal return of 12% to 15%, this 9 lakhs will be there at 30-35 lakhs. You understand what I'm saying? You invest 1,000 rupees. Instead of 5,000 rupees, you invest 500 rupees. Your investment will be 90,000. You will have at least 3 to 4 lakh rupees. You understand? And I even expect more because when India is growing to the top of the world, the indicator always I believe. Stock market index are the indicator for India's growth. Now the Sensex is what 60,000. I believe in another 3-4 years down the line, maybe 2027, 2028, Sensex will be 1 lakh. What it means that the country is also growing. Coming to the, you said petrol price, right? Petrol price is growing up, right? You know what is the price? How much you will have to pay in Japan for a car parking facility? If you want to park your car, the people there lease out for car parking facility. What would be, can you please guess, what would be the cost of that car parking facility in Japan? No, answer, any ideas? I'm coming to your point only. With the less population I am talking about, I'm coming to the 140 crores of population. What would be the cost of a car parking in Japan? Sir, I'll answer your question. Definitely I'll answer. Any guess? Anybody has any guess? 3,000. Anybody has any guess? 10,000? 10,000? Please interact with us, okay? Please. It is 50,000 rupees. I've been to Japan. 50,000 rupees they will have to give a car parking. And my friend took an injection for a, when he was suffering from fever. Can you please tell me, anybody, what was the cost of an injection? 90,000 rupees. An injection. What the country is paying? You have to pay 500 rupees. What is the point I'm trying to connect? When a country grows, the country, everybody will become rich. Everybody will have money. That is what we are talking about. When we become a 10 trillion economy or 12 trillion economy, everybody will have money, everybody will have balance. In Japan, bank industry is minus. If you go and keep your money in bank, why I compare to Japan? Japan is the highly developed and having the highest, that is the country where bank interest is minus 2%. In India, you will get it 7%. You will get 6 to 7% in India, where Japan is minus. Don't worry about the petrol price. 2 rupee, 3 rupee, 10 rupee goes. You don't want to worry about it. Look at what is the way the country is growing. And also look at from Chennai to Kochi. Earlier, I took travel time 14 hours. Today, Chennai to Kochi, my travel time is 9 hours. For how much petrol I save through by traveling? Because India is having a best infrastructure today. I'm coming to the poor people. That is what your point. The poor people will become rich. That is what the budget is talking about. Listen to me. Listen to me. There is an agricultural startup fund. I think nobody has mentioned. And agriculture, India, as Narayan sir said, Suresh sir said, India 50% is farming. I can tell you that India is an agricultural country. India is an agricultural country. And I'll tell you, lot of your colleagues will select one of the startup will be related to the agriculture startup. Look at how much money this country is spending on agriculture startup. And why the startups are there? And now I took 10 years back, when I took an MBA, I paid only 5,000 rupees. Today, I take an MBA, I'm paying 35,000 to 40,000 rupees. So we are talking about 2 rupee, 3 rupee petrol price has gone up. But we are not talking about the salary level has gone up from 5,000 to 35,000, 40,000. But now, my dear friend, the government has spent asset, as it is a youth country, the sixth priority is empowering youth and to realize their dream. And India has, the government in this budget has proposed a national education policy. That national education policy also, what are the areas? I'll tell you one thing, after 10 years, you will not have the clerical job. You will not have the job. What I did in 1994, I started this company as an executive, financial consultant and back office executive. That kind of jobs are going to go from this industry. And you will not have such kind of job. But the national, I realize your point. The national education policy talks about, there are a couple of things. One thing is, your job segment is going to be in a different way. Artificial intelligence, robotics, and 3D printing, and also look at skill development. The youngsters and the youth need to divert looking at you may be an MBA, you may be maybe an engineer, but look at these are the jobs are going to be created in India. And the biggest advantage for India, I also tell you, when China or UK or USA or even any other country went developed, it was not developed in a digital world, but in India, it is developing in a digital world. The digital, when it's developed in a digital world, when I started my career, there was no YouTube, there was no mobile. But today you look at the world is in you, world is within you. You have lot of access, lot of startups are coming. And especially he was mentioning about the hydrogen train. When a country grows, it is most important that they will have to look at removing the carbonized kind of things. And it is going to be a hydrogen train, almost 200, that means immediately 20 hydrogen trains. 20 hydrogen train, how it is going to be constructed? It is going to be constructed to the startup. Lot of new startups will come that area, all put together. When we say that India will become a 10 trillion economy, that including that, the poorest, the agriculturists, the farmers, everybody has to have a better living or standard of life. Without that, India cannot grow. But your anxiety is about what about poor. We are not talking about this budget is not proposed for tomorrow's growth or day after tomorrow's growth. This budget is for the future. When India want to become the #1 country in the world, maybe in another 10 to 20 years, this budget will help the poorest to come up, agriculturists to come up, the farmers to come up, the students to come up. And look at the 170 central nursing colleges are going to generate next 10 years almost 80,000 to 1 lakh new nursing specialists. And they are all going to bring money to the country. And I feel that when India becomes, go to US, go to UK, the most demanding job is the home care job or nursing job. But after 10, 15 years, I think these nursing students will not go to UK, will not work in UK. They will work in India because in India also will have such a kind of demand for the home care. This is what I think I answered your question. Stock market again, if you want, I'll talk to you.
I would like to supplement your worry of poor people. Poor people, poor in this country, farmers. I already told you, 50% of population is farming community. That budget has focused more on that. If you see the allocation for farming, I think he talked about 2 minutes. I will say around 20 lakh crores agricultural credit targeted. For what? To uplift the farmers. And not only that, in our country, main problem for farmers not realizing good money is there is no storage facility. So government is focusing more on giving storage facility also. So that way, they have already covered enough for the farmers. And recently also, I already told in my speech, so much money is given to farmers by Prime Minister's scheme. They have given because they wanted to get rid of this poorness from the system. If you ask me now, even now, 30% of population is still in poor condition. There's no doubt about it. But in long term, government wants to bring it down to a reasonable level so that everybody is at a fair level to enjoy life. That's why government is trying its best to give credit to farming community. I think those days gone. Nowadays, you won't believe everything through the what? Bank account only. Please understand. There is no intermediary. 49 crore Jantan account is there for what? To facilitate cash transfers to the bank. So that, even if you work in 100 days, that scheme is there. The money goes to the beneficiary directly. That means intermediary is avoided, pilferage is avoided, government is saving a lot. So the poor is also benefited without any losing money. So that way they are ensuring that. So my view is that it will take some more time, but definitely days to come, we will have only a minimum percentage of poor people, but it will go up. That's what I want to tell you. Regarding investment also, I want to tell you, normally when you will invest, when you have surplus. That is the formula we have been taught from our childhood days. But if you ask me frankly, your first expenditure should be your investment. Please. Now you rework, what will happen? You will cut unwanted expenses, then it will result in either zero or surplus. If you want to have surplus, then only investment is a long way to go. I'm telling you. First expenditure should be your investment. As Mr. Sanil said, every day, every month, 5,000 rupees. That was the first expenditure. Do it as a shift. Then you see the power of that savings in your life. I request all of you being youngsters, as soon as you get into employment, 3 things you have to do. 1, SIP, what he has suggested, SIP. Next, term cover. Please take term cover when you are young, so that the premium for the year will be less only. So you can easily pay the premium. At the same time, you can secure your life. Third, when you are healthy, please take health insurance. These 3 things, if you do it, automatically your life will be without hazards. And normally what we will do, this is what we are doing. That is wrong. Right from young age, if you cover all these things, you will be what I can say, empowered person as far as financially. You need not worry about your financial strength. Rather, financial strength in your running the show. You will have a lovely life. Lovely life. So follow that. Next question.
See, there's always a general impression that we are borrowing too much. We have issues at some point or other. The whole objective is, today the metro line in Chennai, how do you think finance is done? You think we have got finances from the bank? The government of India has signed up with the bank in Japan. The Japanese government has given us money to pay over a period of 50 years. And in Japan, the interest rate is 0.25 or 0.5%. There is not much for a period of 50 years. We are not borrowing at 10% to pay back. So we have to give the comfort for the local people, but at the same time build infrastructure. Understand 2, 3 things very, very clearly. When we were studying in 1970, they were saying we are a developing country. In 1990 also, we are saying developing country. Now also, we are reading the same story, developing country. We are in the top now. That's not, we are already developed enough. In another 5, 6 years time, we will know that we are already developed enough. So we do not unduly worry about that. So borrowing is not a bad thing, provided it goes for a right cause. Normally, borrowing and lending both are bad, but for a good cause, I don't think there will be any major issue. And because of this, they are not increasing any taxation. Understand that. So tax, we are not paying much. They have the ability to pay tax, so we are able to pay that. That is what is important for you to know that. As far as investments are concerned, you must realize in India, till 1996, Our salary structure was very, very poor. Do you know, in up to 1996, the managing director of a company used to draw only 5,000 rupees or 6,000 rupees salary. Do you think you will go for work for 6,000 rupees today? Now the salary levels have gone up. So the saving potential has gone up. Your disposable income has gone up. So you are able to save more money. It was not there earlier. Inflation was very high. It was now it has gone up. Yeah, you need to understand that. So don't worry about it. And as far as the poor and rich is concerned, my only one prescription: each of you should save money. Like what Suresh and Sanil was saying. The first salary you get, please save 20% of that towards tip or into stock market is difficult to pick up directly. So go through the mutual fund tip route. That is the best way to save money. Next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Start that process very well. Don't wait for probation period. Don't wait for settlement and all that. And don't sign up EMI just like do that systematically. I think you are in for a great period. This country will take you automatically. Have tremendous confidence in the government, have confidence in the policy, and then do your bit first. No, our problem is we always start questioning things which is not in our control. What is in your control is your money. You can save money and invest money. What is not in your control, don't bother at all. Just do your job, and I'm sure if everybody starts doing that collectively, things will become far more encouraging and will do very well. So don't worry about it.
I would like to add on this. I think he talked about borrowing, correct? If you see our borrowing, I mean, money comes from where? The rupee comes from. What are the sources? 34% is from borrowers only. Please understand that. India. Because we are having many expenditures which we have to pay. And our tax complaints, not that much. Even though tax lowering is done, many people are not filing income tax, many people are not transparent. So we are moving towards that transparency because of GST, etc. Now, since the GST is there, now your business is transparent. So once all these things are happening, naturally the revenue will come from income tax, etc., direct tax, indirect tax, etc. The borrow will come down. Similarly, if I have money, 2,700 rupees, 20 rupees I am paying for what? Interest payment. Please understand. 20 rupees I am paying for interest payment. That's why I told you, even in your personal life, borrowing is not a bad thing, but at least you should have a fair discipline of curtailing it to a reasonable level. That's what I said. If you don't do that, then you will be trapped. Debt trap will happen. So country also has that problem. Our country also has the borrowing problem. That's why I said they're having control over the physical deficit. Every time they are ensuring that we won't go beyond this. So they're ensuring that. So what they will do, they will cut some expenses which are not necessary or which can be reduced. Like that, they will balance it. So this is how the entire budget after preparation, it is being monitored on monthly basis to ensure that financial discipline is maintained. In the absence of that, naturally what you said is become a dangerous thing. I will go on borrow, then all my income will go towards what? Interest payment. Even in personal life, you would have seen many people would have misused credit cards. Ultimately, what happens? They will be paying only interest, or they will be paying only minimum amount. That's happening because they misuse. Nothing wrong in having credit card, but you should have a discipline of meeting that liability after 14 days. And you should not do overstretching also. So like that, government also has a problem, and they are aware of the problem. That's why they are limiting their borrowing to ensure that we are not shelling out more towards the interest. Otherwise, I have to pay towards interest, and nothing will be available for my own requirement. If you see the money required for central scheme is 70%, next is for national 4%. Defense is the most high allocation, always. In our country, we are spending around 5 to 6 crore allocation, lakh crore allocation for defense. Because to protect the country, if neighbor is not a problem, that money is saved. But unfortunately, every country has a problem on the work front. So we have to spend on that also. So please understand, when government is preparing the budget, they have to think wisely, which is important, which has to be given more money, why should be given. At the same time, they have to ensure that country also develops. This is how they are doing it.
I'll tell you, there are two aspects in borrowing. You have taken mobile EMI, right? Many have got a mobile paid EMI. Correct. But that mobile is not an investment. Mobile is not an investment. And you want to buy an Apple, then the EMIs are available, and you somewhere save money, or you go for a job, part-time job, and get that money, and you buy a mobile. And you can manage with a 10,000 rupees mobile, you can manage with a 25,000 rupees mobile, but all of you want Apples. Apples is 1 lakh rupees, 90,000 rupees, 125,000, you go for an EMI. But the mobile purpose is same, whether you go for a 15,000 Redmi or 20,000 rupees OnePlus or 30,000 rupees OnePlus and 1 lakh rupees of Apple. But you are, that mobile is not working for you or not generating any return out of it. But let me also tell you, you buy a house now, or once you get a job, you buy a house. Your EMI may be, I'll tell you a classical example. In 2007, I bought a flat in Ananagar West. It was 20 lakh rupees. 2007. I got I'm paying an EMI of 20,000 rupees, 19,490. And today, value of that flat is nothing but it is 1.25 crores. And 2007 to 2023 is almost 15 years, 16 years. I completed my EMI, and I put the total EMI is 44 lakhs, including interest. Because the reason, day before yesterday, I was filing my return. Total I paid it is 44 lakhs. It is value worth borrowing that kind of investment. But government is borrowing, that is for investment. Understand that. But when that is what is going to be reflected in the trillion economy or India's GDP growth today. India, there's only one country above India, it is China in GDP growth. Even I'll tell you, stock market. This is to boost your confidence. 2021, even the COVID situation, across the globe that it was affected, but Indian stock market was better. It came down from 12,000 to 7,000 when 2019 March, when it was announced complete lockdown. India was not. It came down to 7,000, but within 3 months, 4 months, it started going up irrespective of such a kind of panic situation. And the Nifty index came out from 7,000 to 12,000. I'll tell you 20 to 23, across the globe, the world market was minus by 15 to 20%, negative 15 to 20%. But India's market, stock market, index and Sensex grown up by 5%. When I say the world was negative by world, Hansen, Nifty, Hansen, or even the Chinese market, UK market, NASDAQ, everything across the globe. I am trying to tell you that to boost your confidence that how the way India is behaving. It is not necessary that across the globe it is going minus. India also can be minus. No, India will grow further. Last year, 22, across the globe, the Sensex or Nifty, the stock market, it was minus 15 to 20%. But Indian Sensex and Nifty grown up by 5%. When I say that across the globe it was 20%, India was plus 5%. It is equal to 15% growth in Indian market. And India cannot grow without the agriculture, farming, and the poor sector to grow. It was a populist budget. Let me also tell you, this budget, most probably 2024, we are going for a parliament election, where also there are 9 states are going to be have election, and this will be a complete budget. But India government touch across all the sectors and address all the problems of all the sectors. That's what I said. You must believe in India. You must, irrespective of any government, you must believe in India, because your country is going to grow to the top of the world. And unless otherwise you have such kind of trust, you will also think negative. Forget about any political party. Don't think that. You may have your own vested interest in politics, but look at India as a global, and you will have definitely a lot of opportunities in the country.
Any other question? On budget or on general? Engineer.
Do not say what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving. You all made us understand the real meaning of these words. Thank you, sir. Now I call upon Ms. Aparna to deliver the vote of thanks. Once a great man whispered, feeling thankfulness and not expressing it. It's like wrapping a present and not giving it. Today, I take the opportunity to put all my gratitude into words. On behalf of SRM Institute of Science and Technology and College of Management, I would like to thank our Chief Guest of the day, Mr. Kumar Associate Director, Geojit and Financial Service Limited, and Mr. Suresh, President and CEO, Indian Cements Capital Ltd, and Mr. Narayan, founder and financial consultant, and Narayan Associate, for taking the precious time out and consulting to be the panel member and moderator. Sir ended all the discussion, gave an insight on union budget discussion. I thank you, the management of the engagement. We have been fortunate to be guided by our dean, Dr. C. Sundar. You have been mentor for all of us. I thank HOD MBA for concern, support, and lot of encouragement. I thank you all the faculty members and students for their support. And I thank you all once again for the program sector. Thank you.